didn't do the testing.
Well, we're on the air. If you want to talk about the microphone before, that's fine, but we're on the air. You can tell everybody out there, my mic's not working. Mike's not even here. I'm your host, Rick Drayson, for Tuff and Tender. My co-host, Ina Tuller, is with me today, and we're going to talk about, did you say hi to everybody?
Hi, everybody.
Okay. We're going to talk about, today with relationships, we're going to talk about sex.
And relationship.
And relationships.
And benefits.
And benefits.
Sex and benefits.
Well, sex with benefits. Now that's a new one, because usually it's just about relationships with benefits, but sex has its benefits too. You know, it keeps you younger.
Sex
it keeps you in shape. It's one of the benefits. It raises your cardio. It burns body fat.
Keeps you younger.
Keeps you younger. It lowers your blood pressure, and it gives you a better outlook on life.
A lot of endorphins.
A lot of endorphins.
A lot of happy hormones.
Happy hormones. All right, well, we have questions, and the first one.
You want to start with that one?
I think let's get right to the point. Let's start with that one.
Okay, do it.
Go ahead.
No, do it.
All right, I'll do it. Because it's not me, but this is the question. I've been faking orgasms for 4 years now. Is that wrong?
I really appreciate whoever wrote that. You know, had some guts.
They had some guts, huh?
They had some guts.
They admitted it.
Because it's really admitting it's really difficult, but.
Yeah. How do you fake an orgasm?
I don't know, but it's a way of lying.
Yeah, of course it is.
You know, lying it's not a good thing anyway.
No.
So I guess it's maybe it's coming from outside of the bedroom. It's not necessarily.
You mean somebody outside's faking it?
Well, there's probably a lack of communication, and he doesn't know what he's doing, or he's asking. I mean, if he's asking if she had an orgasm, then he suspects something, so there's a communication issues.
Exactly.
So I think they need to start from outside of the bedroom and see what works and what actually excites the other side.
Yeah, because you don't know unless you sit and talk about your experiment. You have someone has to show you the path. If you're going down the wrong path, you got to change yours, go down the other path. But at least be honest about it, because then if you come to an agreement, you'll be much happier.
Well, you know, you have to be open enough to be honest about it.
Yeah, of course.
So it starts from communication.
You know, sometimes you could have an orgasm just out eating good food.
It's a food orgasm.
It's a food orgasm.
Well, you have a nose orgasm.
I do.
Well, every time
every time I sneeze, it's a nasal orgasm.
That's a different one.
That's true. All right, number 2.
Stop talking about it. That might solve it.
Can expressing your emotions improve a relationship? Duh. I think so.
Well, sometimes people are afraid of expressing their emotions because they don't know how the other side is going to take it.
Yeah.
They're afraid to be hurt if they open up too much. What do you think?
But you can't be bottled up in any relationship. I mean, parents deal with their children, and children tell secrets, and they don't tell the truth, and there's no relationship then, because you don't know what to believe and what not to believe. In a relationship between a man and a woman, if you're going to hide stuff, you don't have a true, honest relationship. And so therefore you're living with a person that you don't even know who you're living with, because later on the truth comes out and say, I never knew that about them. How many women have married men and find out later in life they're alcoholics? They never knew they drank after 15 years.
I don't believe that.
I don't either, but they say that.
Yeah, they could be alcoholics in the closet. But if you're going to talk to anybody, and you open up and you basically, you know, spill the guts, and you're expecting a feedback.
Yeah.
If a feedback is constructive and you have a conversation about it and you solve the problem, then that's okay. But a lot of people, and I know from my experience, just afraid to do that because they don't want it to be used against them. They don't know how the other side is going to react. They may get somebody angry, somebody upset. So that's where it stops.
Yeah, you're right.
So, but if you feel comfortable and you want to express yourself, I think it gets the couples closer.
I think it does for sure.
Yeah.
It just gives you that togetherness that you can talk about anything that comes along. I think it's a very positive thing to do.
And we should continue.
Okay,
Yeah.
Number 3. Would you like me to read this, or do you want to read it?
I'll read it.
Okay.
I think my husband loves me, but isn't in love with me. He's not affectionate and never wants to talk and seems irritated with me. How do I get through to him?
You know, I've heard this a lot, and people say, you know, I'm in love with a person, but I'm not in love with him. I think what it is the passion is not there. You know, for some reason, the passion goes away, or we talked on this show once before about having the spark, keeping the relationship alive and having spark in the relationship by doing things and dating and keeping each other happy, because when you don't follow through and you just take it for granted that you're coming home to your spouse who basically is just a relative, you don't have that feeling anymore. You've got to work on it. You've got to find out what it is and work on it.
you know, you fall in love and you go through this, and there's a lot of sparks and a lot of excitement going on.
Yeah.
And then that goes up and down, but if there's no love as a basis, then you fall out of love really easy.
Yeah.
So it has to be love.
Yeah.
Somewhere you have to stop there. And then the sparks come and helps, of course. And then, you know, if you appreciate the other side for whatever good things they do, it's not necessarily always, you know, the kiss and the hug, because everyone is different, but they do other things to invest in the relationship.
Oh, I totally believe that.
If you appreciate it, and if you talk about it, and you say, oh, I'm so happy you did this, and that makes me feel so good, and, you know, I really appreciate all.
You know, I've always known that, but since I've been with you, I've really learned that. Because there's little things that you do that are subtle little things that really mean a lot. You know, it's something that it's just a gesture, and it means a lot. Mm-hmm. And so those little things are nice, and a lot of people forget to do that for each other.
Yeah, and that's where the spark goes away.
Exactly.
And that's where you don't feel that. And then you disconnect. Instead of connect, you disconnect.
Exactly.
So.
All right, I'm going to go on this one.
Go.
Okay. Number 4, we never seem to get around to having sex anymore. What gives with that? I know, it's not my problem. It's as people always have, they'll find something better to do, or find another reason not to, or they're too tired, or they have company, or there's a TV show on, or it got late, or I got up late.
Or they just don't want to.
Or they just don't want to, for whatever reason.
They don't feel that desire anymore. Well, they don't feel the desire, and that's because it's not a physical thing.
Yeah.
I think it starts from here. Sex is here. Everything starts from your head. The desire is not there because their communication is kind of falling apart. People are together, but they're apart. They become roommates.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't usually have sex with a roommate. So I think start from reconnecting again and start talking about what excites each other, and then, you know, and then you're going to find yourself in a bedroom at some point.
Yeah, it's everything involved. I mean, if you really love the person you're with and they're their best friend and you enjoy being with them, you enjoy everything that comes with that territory. It all goes together. You don't want to take that element out, because that's the time that you really are intimate, that you are really together as one. And you don't want to just pass it off like a dinner, or I'm not going to eat tonight, or whatever. It's not healthy.
Intimacy is a big part of a relationship.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, number 5. This is something that you'll like.
Is working out together in the gym a good idea for a date?
Is it?
I like working in the gym with you. I mean, that's an extra time that we spend together, and there's a lot of what do you got? Feedback. A lot of you can work out as a twosome.
A lot of camaraderie.
Camaraderie. A lot of laughs. A lot of touching. A lot of
yeah,
you improve each other.
I've always trained alone. Or not always,
Oh,
but I have trained alone. And I told you when we started going out that I just want to work out alone, because I had a certain pace I would like to keep. I like to keep for progress in bodybuilding, I like to keep my reps going, and not take time to talk and hang out and miss out. But with you, since you are an athlete already, and we started training together, we would work set for set, and then we'd have laughs in between, and we'd kid with the people in the gym, and our relationship just got better because of that, because we enjoyed what we did.
Yeah, it's a different type of.
Yeah, it's kind of like a date, and then afterwards, hey, let's go to Starbucks and get a coffee and talk about it.
Exactly. I think it's a huge quality time.
It is quality
together.
time.
I mean, you know, if you go to the gym and one is on one side and the other one is on another side, and you don't even know, people don't even see if you know each other.
Right.
That's a different story. But if you work together,
yeah,
it's you can encourage each other too.
Well,
I get a lot of that.
I was going to say that one person inspires the other. You know, you get a little extra set, a little extra rep. You push that person, they push you. You see a little difference in the mirror, and so you do.
And then at the end you go, good set.
Good set, yeah.
Like,
got a good pump. Yeah, exactly. Got a pump.
I feel really good.
All right, let's go to number 6. This is our last one.
This is the question of the week. I think it's the question of, it's an always question. I don't think anybody have a definite answer to that. Why can't men and women just be friends?
Are you asking me?
It's a rhetorical question. It's a question of the questions. Can they?
I have a lot of lady friends, and I have over the years, and they're just friends, and they've always just been friends. There's nothing beyond that.
Friends?
Just friends. No friends with benefits, just friends.
Facebook friends?
Oh, no, socialize. You know, I mean, I see them. Erin and I would have lunch once in a while and talk, and she'd be dating some guy and talk about him to me. It was just a friendship thing, and I didn't have any problem with that.
Well, I guess it's a matter of what kind of friendship.
Yeah.
You know, if you're talking about like girlfriends, they get together, they go to the bar together, they go to movies together, they go this. That's a different friendship if a lady's going to do that with another man friend.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's more than that.
Well, listen, let me put it this way. If I had,
So it
I wouldn't go out with a lady friend for dinner and not take you. I mean, if we're going to go, we're going to go. I mean,
Right.
I'm not going to, if you were free that night and say, oh, why are you going with her and not me? Then I say, then we're going together.
Exactly. I think if a woman and a man is like Harry and Sally,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you know, they've been friends for how many years, but the attraction was always there.
Yeah.
So at some point, if the attraction is there,
Yeah.
they'll stop being friends.
It happens. But
It's a good question.
it is a good question because a man is the hunter, and the man wants
Absolutely.
to, you know, he wants to make contact. And so he'll go out with that girl as a friend until he makes contact, and then sometimes that blows the friendship.
It blows up the friendship.
Yeah, and if you value that friendship, you don't want to blow it, right?
Exactly. Well, my daughter had the same issue. I mean, she, you know, she had a really good friend,
Yeah.
and he approached her to have a better relationship.
Yeah.
I mean, a closer relationship, and she said no, and they have a hard time now connecting.
Yeah, it's
True
not
story.
good. All right, so we have a tip of the week. And
do?
well, we do.
What's your tip?
My tip of the week is make sure that you connect with your partner. Treat them
Absolutely.
as a friend as well.
Actually, it's a tip of life.
It's a tip of life, but this was this week.
Okay, we'll
this
start
is
again.
life this week.
Start over again.
And that you incorporate a lot of sex in your relationship because you'll be happy. You'll walk around with a smile on your face. You'll be leaner because you'll burn more body fat. And you'll get more cardio, so you'll be healthier. And then everybody's happy.
Everybody's happy except the neighbors.
And yeah, keep the noise down because the neighbors do complain. I have another friend that I want to introduce right now. And Vincent, would you put up my Barney the Bear, please? See right there.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah, Barney the Bear. He's
found him
comes
on the
from.
floor the
He
other
comes. He's at the floor of my house. I actually have two of those bears at home. They're about 6 feet tall. My dog started barking at him one day, and I went out to dinner, came back, and both of them were face down on the ground. He murdered them. It was like a CSI thing. But Barney the Bear, and he's got a family of bears, and I have a family of gorillas being sent to me by BigPlush.com. BPLUSH. They sell these bears. They manufacture them for holidays and throughout the year. They have an assortment of bears and gorillas and all types of animals. They're a great Valentine's gift.
Awesome.
You know, you give your girlfriend something like that, and they'll even customize a T-shirt to put on it for you. This one's called my Workout Buddy. There's one that says I love bodybuilding, or and I love pro wrestling. I mean, you can do anything you want.
I love
BigPlush.com. They're great people. They sent me these bears. Now they're sending me gorillas, and since I designed the World Gym Gorilla, I'm going to have the gorilla on the show as well. But next week, we're going to have the bear here with us, and he's going to be part of our conversation. Hopefully, he'll have some bear facts about what we talk about,
Awesome.
and then afterwards, we'll all eat and have a bear claw. So I just, guys, wanted you to see the bear because he's really cool. He's a big stuffed animal, and your girlfriend will love him for Valentine's. She can sleep with him and kick you out of the bed, and then you're set. But thank you for watching Tuff and Tender. We enjoy doing this show. We have a lot of fun with it. We'll be back next week, next Friday at 1 p.m. We'll have another subject to talk about that will probably make contact with you in your life and what you're doing. Hi, I'm Rick Drayson, Tuff and Tender. I'm here to answer all your questions on dating, relationships, the good side, the tough side, the tender side. Every Friday, 1 p.m. on emPOWERme.tv. I'd love for you to subscribe. I'll be here. We'll be discussing relationships and dating and all the good, the bad, the pitfalls, and the ugly of it. Stay tuned and watch me next Friday, 1 p.m. emPOWERme.tv. Subscribe now.